So today, lads, the All-Star starters got announced for the WNBA All-Star game, and obviously the Indiana Fever had 3 of them. But there is something that I want to talk a little bit about, and I feel like this is one of these things where I think it's kind of slipped a little bit under the radar, and I feel like it's an important like small conversation to have. Like, I don't think this is something that's like this game-changing thing. It doesn't guarantee anything, but I think it's important to talk about it because people are like, oh, Caitlin's not going to be playing anytime soon. It's obvious Caitlin's not going to be playing anytime soon. But I feel like there's enough evidence there to show that Caitlin's expecting to play in these upcoming games. That Caitlin is absolutely expecting to play. So, if you guys didn't see the Cathy Engelbert announcement, is it even on here? No, it's not on here. So, this is them coming out of practice yesterday. This is the Indiana Fever coming out of practice yesterday. They're all kind of just messing around with a soccer ball. And where is it? Caitlin's there. Like, she's kind of there with the team. I can't remember. Somebody had a pause thing to say that Caitlin was there. She's there. She's kind of behind Lexi there. Doesn't really matter. But when Cathy Engelbert announced the WNBA All-Stars, Cathy announced them, and teams got called in different scenarios. So the Indiana Fever got called while they were in a video session. So you can see right here. So this has to have been this week anyway, and I'll show you why it was definitely yesterday's training session. So you can see this here. They're doing video. Their coaches are all here. They wouldn't bring them all into their video conference room to not announce it, or just to give this All-Star announcement. So they're doing videos. Players have their feet kicked off. I don't know whether this is before or after practice. My guess is this is after practice. My guess is that this one here is after practice. So you can see this here as well. So Passat's obviously out. Maybe it's before practice. I don't know. But Caitlin's obviously in gear. The voting was still going on, by the way, up till Saturday. Caitlin had already missed a game. So Caitlin's in gear with the team at their kind of video room, which is a positive sign. She's doing video. She's there at their video sessions before the game. Like, if Caitlin is no doubt about it out for these games, she's rehabbing. She's not constantly here. There's certain team things that are like, look, we're prepping for a game with people that are going to play. And there is certain things where if you're just kind of rehabbing with a team, you're not going to get involved in specific game prep. You're not. If you're not going to play, you're not going to play. There's a 0% chance you're going to play. Like, I don't see the likelihood of Caitlin Clark for the final time this team plays the Sparks to be fully in with fucking game prep here. And also, if you're looking as well with the Indiana Fever stuff. So, they're announcing this here. So this is squad congratulates all the starters. And you see this picture of Caitlin, Aaliyah, and Kelsey Mitchell. And this is the whole team congratulating all the All-Star starters on video. And if you're wondering what day this is on, this is yesterday. Because you can see here with the leg sleeve. So Lexi Hull is wearing a dark leg sleeve in practice yesterday. Or in practice, this is obviously 2 days ago. Because Lexi's wearing a light leg sleeve. Lexi is wearing a dark leg sleeve yesterday. And then the day before, in their practice, Lexi is wearing a white leg sleeve on this day of practice. When she's shooting, yeah, you can see there. She's shooting, she's wearing a light leg sleeve. So this is June 30th, which is 2 days ago. She was wearing white leg sleeve. She's wearing a dark leg sleeve here. They're all wearing navy, so the potential is that this is from the 30th and the Cathy thing is from the 30th. Either way, it's Tuesday and Wednesday in this week. And that Caitlin's still with the team. So you're seeing it there. She's there in the facility. She's in a picture. She's in shorts. She's obviously doing her own workout. So this kind of stops the narrative of, Caitlin's like trying to dodge everything. Caitlin's not with the team. They're sending her to the side so that she can they're sending her to the sides so that they can trade her and all this stuff. Like, no, that's not happening. If they're going to trade Caitlin Clark, they're going to trade Caitlin Clark in the offseason. They're not trading Caitlin Clark during the season. Let's be very clear on that. Like, there is a non-zero chance they trade Caitlin Clark before free agency to free up cap space to keep Kelsey Mitchell, but they're not doing that before the season. Like, that's one thing I can be very, very confident of. That being said, though, you can see that, like, Caitlin's there. The three of them are there celebrating their all-star starter. Caitlin's in a good mood. And you could even see, like, in some of the reactions, like, she's in a good mood about it. The all-star game's in a couple of weeks. If this is a long-term injury, Caitlin's not smiling about being an all-star starter. She's not, like, you can see even the reaction on the time. She's almost joking about it. Like, her reaction is a typical Caitlin Clark reaction to it, which is this. It's a typical Caitlin Clark reaction. There is no way, if Caitlin Clark is injured, that she's joking about it, leaning back, this relaxed. Because let's be real, if it's 2 seasons in a row of these injuries, it will fuck with her. I think these are all good signs. And again, Caitlin Clark's not somebody whose body language is, I'm going to be real, like, whose body language is, for lack of a better way of describing it, like, who can control her body language when things aren't going well. It's kind of, it can be obvious. Looking at Caitlin Clark, things are going well, it can be obvious. And that's one of those things where now, with this all-star stuff, like, I don't see a scenario where Caitlin's out long-term with this. Like, she's still doing individual workouts. She's with the team. She's prepping for games. She's doing video sessions with her team. All of this stuff is, like, this is all stuff that if she was, like, if she was healthy, she'd be doing. She's doing a whole bunch of this other stuff, to prep for games. She's prepping the same way she would. Like, this is not what an injured player does. None of these things are the way she reacted to being an all-star. Like, I think she would be pissed if she knew she was missing another all-star game. Like, there's not that many. There is genuinely not that many, much time until the all-star break. If it turned out that she wasn't going to be playing in this game, I gotta be real. Like, I don't think she'd be reacting this way. I think she's prepping to play on this road trip. Do I think she plays? I don't know. I don't think if she doesn't play the first game, I don't see her playing at all. But, like, I'm pretty sure she's planning and trying to play on this road trip, which is kind of a big one. It's kind of an important one, because again, this road trip is a big one, because if they go and they could potentially, they're not going to lose the Sparks. If they go 1-3 on this road trip, which is doable. It's very, very doable. There's a back-to-back in there as well, and it's at weird times. If they go 1-3 on the road trip, all of a sudden they're barely over 500, and they have what you don't want to be is the 8th seed. Simply put, you don't want to be the 8th seed. You don't want to be one of these low playoff teams, because you want the lottery bus to give you a slight chance of juju. But anyway, yeah, that's the video. See you guys.